The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins is the first of Paula Hawkins' books that I've read. It tells the stories of Rachel, Anna, and Megan. Rachel is the girl on the train, which is the name of the book. And throughout the book, Rachel is unsure as to what she has actually seen and she hasn't actually seen, because she's portrayed as a drinker who drinks on the train. Unfortunately, she lost her job, but hasn't actually told the person that she's lived with. She's also suffered a relationship ending and divorce from one of the main male characters in the story, whose name at this moment just slips my mind without looking through the book. And there are two main male characters that I can see, and also another male character who is a therapist of, I believe, Megan, where she ends up having an affair with. There's also a film of this, so if you don't want to read the book, you can read the film and you can find out what the twist ending is. I have to say that having read through the book and the fact that I enjoyed the chapters, similarly to Game of Thrones, are set out with the characters' names in each chapter heading. So it's Rachel, Megan and Anna, and their stories and what Rachel believes Megan to be like and what Megan is actually like, and what Anna, who I believe is her ex-husband's new wife, who he has a child with, what all the people are like and what Rachel believes them to be like, are completely contradictory. As I said, there is a twist ending, which I wasn't expecting. I hadn't seen the film, so I wasn't already pre-warned like I was with having watched season 1 of Game of Thrones or having seen the Lord of the Rings films and the Hobbit films as to what was going to happen. And so it was a complete surprise to me getting to the end of the book and finding who it was who had the main plot of the story develops into being, unfortunately, Megan is killed, and at the end of the book we find out who killed her, which is the twist that I wasn't expecting. Obviously I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't read the book. Those that have watched the film already know who turns out to be the person to kill her, and it doesn't turn out to be who I expected it to be. But obviously, like I said, I'm not going to tell you who it was. I just know it was complete shock, and I was like, oh really? It was him after all this? And the fact that Megan isn't an innocent person, she has affairs, including, I do believe, excuse me spoiling this, but she does actually have an affair with the man that it was Rachel's partner, and Nim is now Anna's husband. So she has an affair with him, as well as having an affair with a therapist, and probably having had affairs with a number of different people. So the point that initially starts off in the story is from Rachel's point of view, imagining what she believes Megan and her husband to be like. She doesn't actually know them as Megan and Jason, I believe it is. I may be getting the names that Rachel calls them and what their actual names are mixed up. She just make up a whole story from her when she's going back and forwards pretending to go to work. She's living with her friend for the last 2 or 3 years, I believe, since the relationship breakup and divorce. Her drinking excessively like she does isn't exactly to her friends. It doesn't make her friend happy, and at one point she nearly kicks her out because of her behaviour. Rachel has to piece together as best she can in what happened, and how come she can't remember certain things, and then she starts to remember certain details. At one point, she believes that she might have been responsible for what happened to Megan. As it turns out, we find out at the end of the book, in the twist ending, who it was that actually did it and what involvement Rachel actually had in regards to Megan and the male leads in the book, and Anna. Anna has a child, as I said, with Rachel's ex-husband, who in 2 or 3 years, I mean, her ex-husband was having an affair with this Anna, so he's somebody that does have affairs. So similarly to Megan, he is somebody that has affairs, or at least specifically had an affair with one person, which is Anna, and then has gone on to marry Anna and have a child with her. So pretty much that's my review of this. I've also recently reviewed the Hellbound Heart and the Game of Thrones books. This is my 4th book review, and I have to do my best to try and cover the plots in all of them. I'm still new to doing book reviews, so any advice that you can give me, other than obviously reread the books, which obviously I will do at some point, that I can do better reviews, would be helpful. Any other books that you would like me to do reviews on, I will do reviews on once I've read them. Thank you to a friend of mine that's given me a couple of books to do a review on, which I will read them and then do a review on those books. One of them is a Lee Child book, which is one of the Jack Reacher series of books, which I will be reading when I finish the Game of Thrones book, and maybe I will finish reading the final Lord of the Rings book and do an updated review on that. Thank you very much to everybody, and I will see you all again soon with another review.